One of the situations below, produce a graph. Write a sentence describing each situation that does not match the graph. All right, here we go. Ready? Okay, here's the graph. Sue biked for 3 minutes. She took a break and for 2 minutes, then was picked up by a friend who drove her 5 miles home. Does that match or does not match? Look at the graph. Come on, does it match? Does not match. Match, match, yes, no.
No. Yes.
You say yes.
No. Yes or no?
Yes and no. Why? Why? What? No, it's yes or no.
I said yes or no.
Come on, Jordan. This is on you, man. Sue biked for 3 minutes. She took a break. Does that match the graph above? All right.
What was the question again?
Let's talk about the graph above.
Sue biked
Is
for
this?
3 minutes and took a break for 2 minutes.
Is she moving over here? Is she moving in this diagonal point part of the graph?
Yes.
Yes. How long has she been moving forward in that diagonal
3
part?
miles.
No, not
How
how
long?
far, but
4
how
minutes.
long?
4
4 minutes? That means part A is out. Because they say that she took a break after 3 minutes. So that's not correct.
Yeah, because then it would have been like a straight line.
Yes, I also would have said that if a friend picked her up and drove her 5 miles home, home would be back here. Right? All right, here we go. Sue drove for 4 minutes. She stopped to talk to a friend for 3 minutes and then walked for 1 more minute. Would you guys think that this is the graph now? She did drive for 4 minutes. She was moving for 4 minutes, right? I agree.
Right.
She talked to a friend for 3 minutes. That is accurate. Then she walked for 1 minute. Would you guys say that that is accurate? Come on, you guys, online, say something.
I want to say yes, but I don't know if it is.
You want to say yes. Andre says yes. All right, anyone else?
For B.
For B. I need you guys online to answer. There's a majority of you guys online, so you guys need to answer.
It says
This is an
8
interactive
minutes.
class. We are talking together. Come on.
Sure, yes. I
Yes,
think it
yes,
is.
with conviction.
Yes.
Okay?
No.
I'll tell you the answer with conviction. It's no. Would you like to know my thoughts?
Because.
Which slope is bigger? This diagonal line or this diagonal line?
The first one.
Which slope is bigger? The rise over the run? This diagonal line or this diagonal line? What's going on, Tejas?
I overslept.
But you showed up for class.
Yeah, and then I came here.
Okay.
I
Which
couldn't hear you.
diagonal line is bigger? This one over here? The one
There's
on the
another
right, the
chair
second
right
one, right? Do you guys agree that the second line is bigger? That means she's moving faster, right? So this graph would be correct. The problem is she drove for 4 minutes, she talked to a friend for 3 minutes, and then she walked for a minute. But if the graph is saying that the slope for the 1 minute that she walked is bigger, that means she walked faster than she drove. Right?
Even though it's steeper.
It's steeper, so that means she was walking faster than she drove. That's why part B doesn't look correct to me. Because I'm looking at that graph and I say, I can see how that works. I can see the 4 minutes. I can see the 3 minutes. But the slopes don't match.
Oh, that would mean she's a superhero.
Right, that means she actually got out of her car and walked faster. Why didn't she just walk the whole time?
That
Right?
makes sense.
Right.
So, unless she's like driving a slow car. Like maybe she's in one of those Barbie Jeeps.
Or maybe she has.
You know, the ones that I got for my kid?
Oh.
And then you gotta charge the battery after like using it for 4 minutes. Maybe that's what happened. She was driving a Barbie car, and maybe Sue's like 3 years old. I don't know. All right.
Could be.
Anyway, that probably not being the case, I'm going to say that B does not match either.
So it's already CC.
Sue biked for 4 minutes. She took a 3-minute break and was picked up by a friend who drove her home for the final 2 miles home.
Cheating.
Would you say that that is accurate?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because the driving is faster. How far did she go with the driving?
2 miles.
She went 2 miles, right?
Right.
And I think that that's totally it, right?
Right.
All right,
Makes
cool.
sense.
Does that make sense to you? Do you see how all of this stuff works and why?
Yes.
Good.
Yay. Geometry.
Find the volume of the following using the formulas and appropriate units in your answers. I don't see how this is Alright. Well, actually, you know what? This is geometry, and you haven't learned geometry, have you?
I like geometry.
Geometry is actually pretty easy. But anyway, I'm going to give you a formula. V equals L times W times H. That is the formula for finding the volume of how much something will fill up a box-like container, like a rectangular prism. That's what they call it. You guys got it? So all you do is, if they told you that the length is 3, the width is 5, and the height is 8, then I just multiply 3 times 5 times 8. What is it? That's 15 times 8.
It's
15
174.
times 30. It's
174.
120.
3 times 5 times 8.
5
15
times 8 is 40.
I mean,
Times 3 is 120.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
I mean,
So that would be 120. By the way, I got a question for you. Here's what I'm curious about.
Oh.
This didn't tell me that this was the length. I mean, this could this have been the length over here?
yeah.
So this would be 3, and this could be the stuff.
Can't you just do it either way?
Does that make a difference?
Or maybe it depends on like what angle you're facing the.
No, I mean it doesn't make a difference. I mean, if I drew the box like this,
No.
right, where this is the length is
8.
well, yeah. I mean the length is 8 in this case, and then you got a 3 and a 5 over here. It doesn't make a difference because it's the same size box. All I did was I took the box and I turned it sideways. It still has the same volume. You can still put the same amount of junk inside. Are we cool?
Yeah.
What if it was gold?
Because I mean, imagine if you think about this too. Like, I mean, like if you have 3 times 5 times 8, that's the same as 5 times 3 times 8, which is the same as 8 times 3 times 2, right?
Yeah,
5.
the easy
2.
way.
Well,
I was wondering if you could catch me. All right.
it's like, yeah,
To find the volume of a cylinder, and actually this is kind of relevant because you have cans that look like this, and you want to put stuff inside, and if you want to put stuff inside of a cylinder, you use this equation. Pi r squared times h. By the way, would you like to know where they got that equation from?
Like, did they find it?
What is the area of a circle?
What's the area of a circle? Isn't that I r squared?
It's pi r squared, right? And I guess the way I think about this is, imagine if they took just like these discs or plates, okay? And you want to figure out the volume that you know how like when you buy plates, like paper plates at the store, they come all stacked up together, right?
Yeah.
So you figure out the area of the plate, of one plate, and then you multiply it by how many plates you have, and that would be the volume of the plates of this, cylinder. Does that make sense? So that's why it's the area of the circle times the height of your object. This time they gave us this radius is 3.5. So what does that mean?
It's 7.
That means
The diameter.
the diameter is 7.
Or
That
r
is not what
squared.
we're looking for. Where we plug 3.5 in there. So we have to do 3.5 times 3.5 times 3.14, which is what pi is, times the height, which happens to be 6. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure that I will try to trick you. And since I'm telling you this now, you shouldn't get caught. But I'm sure that I will try to trick you Am I writing backwards again?
No.
It's flipping it the right way.
It says hello.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Justice, I think your brain's backwards. Ha. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's so
Justice.
delayed on here.
You know that I love you. What am I thinking? Okay. And what was it? Oh yeah. I'm sure that I would try to trick you, and I say,
Oh,
the
he's
diameter is 7.
Yeah, but you don't do it like that.
If I told you the diameter of this is 7, and the height is 6,
Then you.
use this formula.
So if you did that, then it would
Yeah.
be 7 times the height instead of 3.5 to 3.5 times the height.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
3.5 times 3.5 is not the same as 7.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No. I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. That
Okay.
it's not.
Good.
I'm not saying it is.
I'm glad we're clear on how wrong that is. Don't agree with me on what's wrong. That doesn't make sense.
No, I'm agreeing with. Stop it.
What? What am I doing?
See, why'd you have to agree with him? It's wrong.
Because it's wrong. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, hey, all right. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll tell you what. Class is finished, you guys. You guys hung in there for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm happy with you. I'll talk to you later. We good? Besides, functions 8, I think I'm going to make it do in 2 weeks. So, you know, I'm not going to try to get too far into it. But next week, I'm going to cover functions 8.
Okay.
I'm pretty caught up. I'm like on function 6.
I'm
Function
doing
6
6
is
now.
good. That's good
Yeah.
too.
I'm on 6 too, so we can work on it together.
Awesome.
I'll talk to you
I
guys
like-
later.
And what
Alright, bye.
page are you on?